Protests are continuing to spread in Iran and have now entered the 14th day. Thousands are back on the streets. They have been on the streets, rather, and this is despite a deadly crackdown and a threat of the death penalty. Iran's internet blackout is now past the 60-hour mark. 2 weeks of demonstrations have posed one of the biggest challenges to the authorities who have ruled Iran since 1979. Fresh videos are coming out of Tehran and other cities, likely using Starlink satellite transmitters. These show how the protests have spread far and wide. In his first remarks after 3 nights of intensified anti-regime protests in Iran, President Masoud Pezeshkian says rioters should not be allowed to disrupt Iranian society.
We ask that in every neighborhood, people come together and not let these people riot. If people have a concern, we will hear them. It is our duty to hear them and solve their problems. However, our highest duty is to not allow rioters to come and disrupt the society.
Iran's police chief says security forces have stepped up efforts to confront rioters on the streets. This as authorities attempt to quell the unrest that has spread across Iran since the 28th of December.
As for the police, given that we consider this level as the level of riots, we'll have a firm, fast, and sharp response to the rioters. And protesters should also know that they are being used as bait, which may result in death.
In Mashad, the hometown of Iran's supreme leader, protesters gathered along a highway chanting slogans as fires burned around them. The protesters were heard chanting, "Pahlavi will return and long live the king." The protests began in response to soaring inflation in Iran before turning against the country's clerical establishment. The government accuses the US and Israel of fomenting this unrest. This is another video which was shared on social media, and it showed crowds gathered in Punak Square in Tehran. The internet blackout continues in Iran and phone lines have been cut off. According to the US-based human rights activist news agency, the death toll in the protests has grown to at least 192 and over 2,600 people have been detained. Demonstrations are taking place all across the... Well, they're taking place globally in support of the protests in Iran. In London, a protester briefly replaced the flag of the Islamic Republic of Iran on its London embassy with a former flag. The flag stayed in place for several minutes before it was removed. This is the flag of Iran before the 1979 Islamic Revolution. That's the one which was hoisted for a few minutes. US President Trump said on Saturday that his country was ready to help the movement. Trump wrote on social media that Iran is looking at freedom, perhaps like never before, and the US stands ready to help. The message invited a sharp response from the Iranian government. Iran's parliament speaker, Mohammad Bagher Ghalibaf, he warned that any US attack would lead to Tehran striking back. Israel and regional US military bases would be considered legitimate targets.
تروریستی از داخل شروع شد و این الله اکبر الله الله مرگ بر آمریکا مرگ بر آمریکا مرگ بر تروریستی از داخل شروع شد.
On the other hand, Iran's exiled Crown Prince Reza Pahlavi has welcomed Trump's support. Addressing protesters, Pahlavi told them not to abandon the streets and claimed that he will soon be by their side. The son of Iran's deposed Shah from back in 1979, Reza Pahlavi, asked for demonstrators to take to the streets on Sunday evening again.
Know that you are not alone. Your compatriots around the world are proudly shouting your voice, and you must surely see images of their numerous and widespread presence through your television screen. The world today stands beside your national revolution and admires your courage. In particular, President Trump, as the leader of the free world, has carefully observed your indescribable bravery and has announced that he is ready to help you. Do not abandon the streets. My heart is with you. I know that I will soon be by your side.